Welcome, food lovers. Today we're going to make winner takes all kiss, maple glazed salmon. So when you're making the marinade, quadruple it, make it as many times as you like, and the nice thing about it is you can freeze it. So make it, portion it, freeze it, and it's all ready to go for next time. So once a week, maple glazed, whatever you like. All right, so the first ingredient and the most important ingredient is maple syrup. Now, I had to do this. Maple syrup. I love it so much, it's the main ingredient. So, now, the thing about selecting maple syrup is don't use artificial glucose-filled maple syrup. Buy the real thing, the real deal. Now, you might have to come to Canada to find it. Actually, maple syrup is available in our own backyard, where I am right now. But if you can get it, that's your key ingredient. So, number one, maple syrup. So just pour it into your handy dandy little mixing bowl. There we go. And then, next ingredient is soy sauce. I love the smell of soy sauce. I don't know, it's the sweet, the savory, I just love the salty. I love it. So in this case, this is dark soy sauce. And I like to use dark in this recipe because it adds an intense flavor to the marinade. So now, on that note, you can actually use whatever type of maple syrup or soy sauce you like. Maple syrup comes in different grades. Soy sauce comes in different grades. The thing is, when you're cooking comes from the heart. That's it, the heart. There are no rules. You do whatever you like. If you want to substitute an ingredient, something you like better, go for it. No problem at all, no rules. Baking, that's a different story. Baking is science, cooking from the heart. I taught years and years of men's cooking classes, and I instilled this in my students all the time. Cook from the heart. Whatever you feel, that's what you do. Next ingredient, freshly squeezed lemon juice. So, pour that in. There we go. Now, the thing is about lemon juice as well. Freeze it. If you have a whole lemon and you can't use the whole thing, squeeze it, freeze it. That's it. So just get your little Sharpie pen and write on whatever it is that you put in your freezer. I believe in cooking smart. And so if you can use an ingredient for the next time and it's all ready to go, that's how to do it. Next ingredient is apple cider vinegar. Now, it smells like apple cider to me. So put a little bit in your marinade and then drink a little bit. So the thing is about this particular type of vinegar is it is the healthiest vinegar that you can possibly use. So, and it's very intensely flavored. Now, again, cooking is from the heart. If you don't have apple cider vinegar, no problem. Substitute a different type of vinegar. No problem at all. The next ingredient, Dijon mustard. Now, this Dijon mustard is whole grain, and I like whole grain because it has whole grains of mustard. And I like to use that type of mustard because it adds an extra dimension of texture to the salmon. So I like that. Next ingredient, freshly grated ginger. Okay, now ginger, we are all used to going to the grocery store, and buying huge, huge pieces of ginger that you can't possibly use, sometimes not even in a lifetime. So if you're anything like me, for years and years, I have watched ginger just go to waste in the fridge because I couldn't use it fast enough. So the great thing about ginger, yes, pun intended, the great thing about ginger is you can freeze it. So take your ginger, slice it, dice it, grate it, do whatever you want to it, and put it in a Ziploc bag or wrap it in, whatever you like, label it, and your ginger is ready to go. Okay, so So next, freshly grated ginger. Fresh is always better, definitely better than dry, but if you don't have fresh, okay, go ahead and substitute the dry. And when you're substituting dry herbs or spices, whatever the case may be, always add half the amount, okay? Next ingredient, cayenne pepper, and that's going to give it a little bit of a kick, which we always want. Not too much, just a little kick. And last but not least, last ingredient is freshly ground black pepper. Whenever I have a recipe that calls for black pepper, it's always freshly ground from peppercorns. Always, because it's more intensely flavored. If you don't have fresh, that's okay. Substitute pre-ground, no problem. So I also like the coarsely ground black pepper. It's more intense. So add the black pepper, and then voila. Those are all the ingredients that you need for your marinade. That's it. Okay, next, take your whisk and whisk away. Now I'll just share with you a little whisking technique. Most people hold the whisk something like this. A great way to do it, which I learned going to college cooking school for years and years, is to actually put it between your baby finger and your finger beside it. And then it's just a different technique. You're not moving your whole arm, you're just kind of moving your fingers. That's it. So whisk a little bit, it doesn't take too long. As you can see, this marinade or glaze is quite intensely colored. It's dark brown, but that's okay, that's the way I like it. And you can do it your way too. And then next you take your salmon. So I have 2 salmon fillets here, and then just pour it over. So here it is. The salmon is cooked. How that happened, I have no idea. Okay, that's my humor. So it's ready to go, and it's flaky. Now you have a choice with the salmon. You can cook it on the barbecue, or you can cook it, bake it in the oven. Your choice. Again, cooking is all about choice. The thing is, this salmon, it's delicious. I wish I could share it with you. Don't lick your screen. It is that good. It is lickable, kissable, all of those things. It's delicious. You will love it.